Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, welcome back to the Den FM for another episode. Today we have none other than my sister joining us on the live after her epic weekend over here on Australia's Golden Strip, the Gold Coast. We're going to jump on with her now and get her thoughts on what she thought of the Goldie, because super interesting. We've had a little bit of a split in the family. I've moved over to the Goldie. Everyone else has stayed in the West. And I'm pretty much just trying to sell the Gold Coast dream to the whole fam. So one at a time, I'm trying to reel them in over here to the Gold Coast. And it started with Emma on now and get her thoughts. Here we go. Emma Lyons jumping on the live. Here we
Hello.
go. Em, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. How's life on the West?
Oh, it's a bit colder than the old Goldie, but certainly not as adventurous.
Talking? Give us the temp, Em. How cold are we talking?
Oh, when I went to work this morning, it was 11 degrees.
11 degrees. Come on now. Yeah,
It was
Jack
so
Hill,
cold.
Australia agrees with me. Come to the Goldie, Emma. Run us through it. Okay, so you fly out on Thursday night.
No, Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, Perth time. Okay, run us through it. Give us a quick little debrief of the weekend, Em.
So, flew in Wednesday night, got there early Thursday morning. Elliot took me for a coffee at...
Salt Mill Action.
Yeah, great
From
coffee,
the beach.
which is always a good sign. Went for a little walk. We then went for an acai bowl at Niche & Co. And
Almond lattes.
Almond lattes. And they met Jade and Liv and Haley, and then we went to the waterfalls, and that was freaking insane.
Curtis Falls, to be exact. Curtis Falls, that's up in Springbrook National Park. Took Em up there, and she thought she was just going to get a view, the classic tourist seat from the bloody, what do they call it, lookout, and I said, nah, we're going
Yeah, Elliot
under.
was like, oh, let's go up a little bit. So we went like around the rocks a bit, and I thought he had his camera out, and I thought he was there taking a few photos. And he goes, no, keep going. And he made me go like,
we're going
all
under.
the way in the waterfall. And then I was like standing under it a little bit, and it was so cold. He goes, get in there, come on up. So it was an adventure. It was good though.
When the shower's not working at home, there's only one way to clean yourself, and that's in the waterfall.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then on Friday, what did we do on Friday?
You've forgotten already. Yeah, Friday action up in the valley on the water slide.
Up in the valley on the water slide, we went to this little organic farm and had the most incredible juice ever. It was so good. And it like overlooked the rainforest or just forest.
What was in your juice though? Come on, give us details. You can't say incredible juice and not let everyone in on what makes up an incredible juice.
Apple, orange, watermelon, and maybe
you heard it here first.
Bit of
you
milk,
heard it
maybe.
here first, folks. Incredible juice. You can't get it anywhere else other than Freeman's Organic Farm. Orange, apple, and watermelon is stuff that dreams are made of.
This is what dreams are made of. I knew it was
but what I
be a
think
good
makes
day.
that special, Em, that experience, the reason that's so special is because A, it's grown on the farm, so you know where it's come from. It's conscious consumption, folks. It's basic conscious consumption.
I don't think I've had so many bananas then in the week I was in here, and they were like the organic bananas, and they were so tasty. And you made a good point that they go off in like a few days because they're organic, rather than the ones like from mainstream shops, which can last like a few weeks. Which is
and you get the view over the valley as well up there, Freeman's Organic Farm.
Yeah, that view was incredible, and just the greenery and everything. It was so beautiful, and everyone was just like there for the vibe as well. They were all like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get my organic kale and."
Yeah,
juice.
and we were in that scene and still amongst it. Tote bags and all.
Yeah, and then we went to the natural waterfall on the rocks. I was a bit nervy, but the crew got me to do
Lay
it.
it out. Come on. Natural waterfall. What are we talking? We've got people tuning in from Germany who've got no idea about what you're talking about. You need to be specific, girl.
It was like a little waterfall that the rocks had gone all smooth, and you could like slide off it into like another little rock pool, I guess you would say. And there was like a little ramp, and you just like, woo! And special shout out to Liv, who just like went all guns blazing from the top and got airborne and almost witnessed death, but it was all right.
Yeah, big shout out to Liv Mickle there. We're all just sending it halfway up, getting a friendly little adrenaline rush of about 2 seconds. Next minute, she's just sending it from the top of the waterfall. Goes up the ramp and clears half of the slide. Yeah, incredible. Hey, we got Louie tuning in. How you going, Luke?
Oh, Louie!
Months, mate. Yeah,
and then,
we'll have to get him over for a run on the Gold Coast too. Cousin Louie over in the UK.
Hey?
I said we'll have to get all the cousin Louie and Haley, Luke, Hannah and Owen over for a run on the Goldie as well. Sorry, anyway.
They would be frothing it.
They would. Who wouldn't? Australia's going straight.
Elliot's trying so hard to get us all over. And as soon as he picked me up from the airport, he goes, Emma, isn't the smell here just so good? Like, as soon as I arrived, I knew this is where I wanted to be. And I'm like, don't you feel it? I was like, fresh off the plane. I was like, yeah.
It's just the vibe. It's just the vibe of the thing. All right, so natural water slide action. We've had a nice, incredible juice, all the organic ingredients, etc.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. And then we went for like another little walk around the like rock pool and stuff. And that brings us to Friday, where we went to Byron Bay. I'm getting all my days.
Byron was Saturday. So the slide was Friday. And for It's Guipoli, what the hell are we talking about? We're talking about Emma, my sister here, tuning in live with us. She came over for a little weekend away from the West. All my family lives in West Australia. I live on the East Coast. I'm slowly trying to reel them over here one by one. Had the first family member come join me on the weekend.
He did an excellent job of selling it as well.
So we're just having a little debrief of the weekend, just running it through so the memory's fresh in the head, and then we're going to do a little pro and con action of the West and the East. So we're up to...
You can't forget the best Friday night. This is like Elliot and I's perfect Friday night. We went out to Govindi's. I fell in love with Govindi's. It was so good. It's just like a vegan, vegetarian restaurant, and you pay for a plate. And you just have the most delicious food ever. And then we went out to a little Elliot's friend's art gallery opening, and that was so cool. Some really interesting art. And then we went home and watched a movie, and we were like in bed by 9:30. It was so good. We watched About Time movie recommendation.
The most perfect night out. Little bit of beautiful vegan homemade food. Pick yourself, get a big plate, kind of all the non-for-profit action you can think of. Beautiful Govinda's, big shout out, massive number 1 and number 2 fan right here, top and bottom of the screen. And Soda Pop Agency with the launch of their Bits and Beaches, incredible fine art, paintings, etc. Beautiful, and then absolute ripper of a movie as well. So we're talking about 2 pretty epic days so far. So, you know, if it was me, if I had your shoes on and I was experiencing that, I'd be thinking, you know what, this place, I'm feeling the vibe here. This is ticking boxes. And then we get to Saturday.
Elliot's just keeps on, he's the gift that keeps on giving. We drove down to Byron.
No, Byron. It's Byron, man.
We drove down to Byron and...
Softer and slower. Everything's chill, man.
And then we drove around. We went out for breakfast at Folk, which was amazing. We had like a burrito-y, delicious thing with a almond latte. And then we went to the beach. What beach did we go to again? I forget the name.
That was Broken Head Beach, probably my favourite one down that neck of the woods. Yeah, absolute rip for that one. Nice wave, plenty of sand.
It was so good. Caught a wave.
Couple of artists.
Surfboard.
Yeah, Emma, little debut, learnt to surf, etc.
Yes. And then we played a bit of frisbee on the beach. Very untalented frisbee person, but you know, it's the effort that counts. And then we drive back after an amazing day from Byron. The girls were going to go camping and call me up, and they're like, "We're not going camping. We're going to get drunk." So off we
Gave me the night off.
Yeah, gave me the night off. I was like, "You've done well. I can leave you to it." So, and Elliot had an event the next morning, and I wasn't sure how it was going to work. So halfway through, it was like 8:30 at night, and I went into Elliot's room to ask him what the go was. Peaced out. 8:30 at night. The true Tiger Lyons revealed. But we, had a few drinks, and we went to Surfers Paradise, which was an experience. It was pretty cool. And then on Sunday, we just chilled at the beach for most of the day, and it was so good. Just went for a dip, and the water is so, like, you just don't get cold in the water. It was amazing. And I've had a mind blank.
Yeah, and then Sunday we kind of had a little wind down on Burleigh Hill. On
Burleigh Hill, that was so nice, and watched the sunset. And
joined
had
the crew there.
again.
It's a bit of a scene up there, the old Burleigh Hill, but it was good to get amongst it, wasn't it, Em?
Yeah, it was so good. Lots of like boho picnics and stuff, but it was so good.
And note to self or anyone else that's coming to the Goldie, Sunday afternoon, epic evening up on the bank there. But if you want to take it one step further, Burleigh Heads Bowls Club, barefoot bowls. We're going to be there next time. Bit of a kook mobile move from us to not be there, but you know, you live and you learn, don't you, Em?
That's right. And you know what? It looked like everyone was having a good time.
And we were too. We were part of it. We were still amongst the action there. But
we walked past.
You know what? It's time to get. We're gonna get real serious here now. We've had the nice debrief, given everyone the kind of rundown of a classic Gold Coast weekend.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go pros and cons. West Coast versus East Coast. We're gonna start with the West, and then we're gonna finish with the best. Give us West Coast pros.
GPM Coffee, shout out. Best coffee in town.
GPM Coffee in the West, can that be replaced, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, it can, correct.
I feel like this is the one that should have been mentioned first. Mum and Dad are over in West Coast.
Big shout out to Mum and Dad. But the fact of the matter is, here's the facts of the matter. If you are over on the Gold Coast, there's one place that Mum and Dad are going to be, and that is the Gold Coast also. So, campaign Lyons Relocation is well underway. We've got 2 pros, and they can both be resolved. Give me another.
My friends are also...
They can't be replaced. They can't be replaced. It's very true.
But new friends can be made.
And you know what, Em? All your friends tuning in the West that are thinking, you know what, that actually sounds like a good weekend, and it's not actually on the cards because they don't have someone to facilitate that. You then can be the facilitator.
I'm the man.
And invite them over to the Goldie and give them this weekend that we're campaigning for right here. So turn that into a pro.
And then another pro for West Oz, Bustleton. I mean, Michael and I go down to Busso all the time.
Okay, so we're going to have a little debate here. So Bustleton, for those the uninitiated, Bustleton essentially just an iconic Southwest Australia town. But if you look at it objectively, what's on offer there? A jetty and a nice beach and some ice cream. Laid out for me, Em. Question,
it can
yes
be.
or no?
I mean, Bustleton, Byron Bay.
Can it be replaced? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? It can. We're 3 from 3, folks. We are 3 from 3. We are yet to hear a good response. Pro West Oz campaign Lyons Relocation. East to west to east. Oh, I love it. Okay, and all right, Em.
Where are we
Cons
going?
West
No
Coast.
one knows anymore.
Cons, West Coast action,
The
go.
cold weather.
Cold weather, big one.
It is hard to get up in the
Big
morning.
one.
What else? A con would be... Actually, this is a big con that I found was a big pro on the Goldie, was the more active lifestyle over there. Like, everyone's just living, got that Gold Coast glow. I don't know, different fit and healthy.
Buzzword, that Gold Coast glow. You heard it here first. Emma Lyons, she wants the Gold Coast glow. Mum and Dad.
I want the Gold Coast glow. Mum says
she's in need of the Gold Coast glow. You can only get it if you... You can only get the Gold Coast glow in one place and one place only, and that is Australia's glitter strip. But in the comments section, we have a valid point made. In the wisdom of our mother, that Emma was lacking family home. Can this be replaced in the West? And unfortunately, I just don't think you can replace years of memories in a place like home. But new ones can be made, as mentioned previously. So, Mum, definitely something for you to think about. I think, have we wrapped up the West Coast pros and cons there? Can we move to the East Coast?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, what are we doing?
Home
East
will
Coast
always
pros?
be the West, 100%. Yeah, East Coast, East Coast cons.
It'll always
East
be a
Coast
place
cons,
to go.
yeah.
East Coast cons. I don't think I was long enough to have any pros, because it was like a highlights reel. It was all good.
No cons. No cons East Coast.
No, there is, it's rent's expensive, maybe. I don't even know.
Yeah, shut the front door. That is the most weak excuse ever. All right, folks, let's hear it from you. For those of you
many
that...
cons for the East Coast.
Those of you that are tuning in, we want to know, is there any reason for the Lions not to relocate to the East Coast? Yes or no? We want to hear it now. We want to hear your thoughts. Emma, she's struggling to come up with cons for the East Coast. We want pros then. Give us pros.
Pros, everyone was healthy and active. There's the water is, seawater is so nice to swim in, and just a really nice swimming beach all the way along the coast that I went to. The food is amazing. All the coffee shops. Byron Bay was how central it was. You could go like a little bit of everything. There was the sea, there was the rainforest, bit of Byron. It was just like a good mix of everything. They had lamingtons. Oh my God, point. Lamingtons in Byron, below average.
Oh no, I was hoping it would get brushed over, but unfortunately Haley 007 has come to the action and just brought it to the table. It is a big one. It is a big one. Cons, bad lamingtons. We can't put up with that, folks. Bad lamingtons on the East Coast. I don't think she's had a bad one on the West,
for
that's
those of
for
you
sure.
who don't know, we went to Byron Bay and we're in this beautiful bakery, and there was there was chocolate eclairs, cheesecake, name it, it was there. And under the pressure I'm not very good at, I chose to get a
world's most
lamington.
indecisive person.
Pretty
World's most indecisive person. Ends in worst decision. Folks, would you get a lamington at the bakery? Folks, we want to know. You're at a bakery. You're in the mindset of treat yourself. We want to know. Lamington, yes or no? Tavino Fernandez, correct. East Coast.
It's the one that has the most left.
Yeah. Correct. Big one there. Tavino Fernandez as well, and big pro here. Easier to travel around on the East Coast. You've got options. up to Cairns, down to Sydney, Melbourne. They're all accessible. From Perth, you do have Bali. That is a big pro. But you also are lacking access to some key places, Sydney, Melbourne, the key cities. Places you can just nip away for a weekend or two, that kind of thing. But Hawaii, places like this, Fiji, they become accessible. They become affordable here on the East Coast.
A weekend in Hawaii. Oh,
no, just a little weekend getaway. It's been an absolute laugh. Just having the pros and cons debate here and the little debrief with my sister. We had a wonderful weekend here on the Gold Coast, and just nice having a bit of fun, and definitely missing the fam out on the west there. So thanks for jumping on. Any other things you want to talk about?
Thanks for having me. If anyone wants fantastic tour guide for Gold Coast, it'll be hit up.
I know a guy.
Yeah, thanks for a great weekend. It was so good. I know a guy.
No way. I know a guy. Campaign Lyons Relocation will continue with the next visit very soon.
It's looking very promising, going off the pros and cons list.
It is. All right, thanks for jumping on. Love you.
Love you too.
Emma Lyons there. What an absolute gem. Had my sister over here on the East Coast for a weekend, and we gave her an absolute pearler of a time. Run through all of the highlights of Australia's Golden Strip. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's episode. Little bit of a change up from the usual stuff, just kind of having a bit of a laugh and bringing the family on board. Hope you liked it. Once again, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again on the Den FM Daily. Peace, love, wherever you are. Have an absolute evening, day, morning. Hope it's a pearler. We'll see you tomorrow.